Alright, so we're back. I actually realized at the end of the last level that I was wrong the whole time. I thought I was on E2M7, but actually E2M6 is the Hall of the Damned. E2M7 is the Spawning Vats, and E2M8, of course, is what the infamous level I was referring to, which is the Tower of Babel. Anyway, I'm gonna load my save because you start off being attacked in this level, and quite frankly, that's kind of annoying. So I'm gonna start over. And here we go. I remember that melting effect on the screen was so awesome back in the day. I have no idea how they coded that. I'm not much of a coder myself. I would never presume to understand how John Carmack does things, or Michael Abrash, or John Romero, or any of those guys that programmed this game. I actually, I could be wrong, but I think Michael Abrash actually worked for Video 7 back in the day, or one of those companies that made video chips back then. And I remember reading a paper from him about how he or his company, created one of the fastest video chips available by just on random chance, just a shot in the dark, moving a buffer or a cache from earlier or to later in the rendering process. I'm not sure how it worked, but anyway. And just by this random chance that this change they made one of the fastest video chips anyone could buy at that time. I'm pretty sure it was Video 7 he worked for. My 386 that I talked about before actually had an Oak VGA chip, which wasn't an especially great chip, but it actually supported some pretty high-res VISA modes, which was surprising. That was VISA 1.0. That was before all the SVGA stuff was defined. Video Electronic Standards Association, I think is what that is. That noise you're hearing is all these monsters teleporting, and I'm not sure where they are, so I probably shouldn't have the rocket launcher out. It's been a long time since I played this map. This was actually oh, I can't open the door yet. Anyway, this was actually the last map in 32X Doom. I think it was the last map. And it was quite a bit different. The layout was a lot different. It's funny, in 32X Doom, the BFG code and sprites and all that were in the game, but you couldn't get it in the game. You don't see the BFG until Episode 3. In Episode 3, none of the Episode 3 levels are in the game. So you literally cannot get the BFG in the game without cheating, but you can have it. It works. Kind of a funny little anecdote there. The shotgun is really your workhorse in this game. You have a lot of other guns, and you have plenty of ammo for other guns, but the shotgun really is pretty much the gun you're going to use the most. It's very powerful per shot. What the hell? Oh, that's right, I have to go around the other way and get that key. Anyway, the shotgun's very powerful per shot. It's pretty accurate as game shotguns go, which my friends and I have a running joke about game shotguns and how they're nothing like real-life shotguns, because, real-life shotguns are actually quite accurate out to a fair distance. And it depends on how you choke them and other things, how long the barrel is and what shot you're using and all that, but, in real life, shotguns are not completely inaccurate past 5 feet like most video game shotguns. The most egregious offender of which is Doom 3's shotgun, which is quite literally useless past, literally about 10 feet. It's just horrible. And there's a lot of other games too that have shotguns that are like that. Halo's shotgun is almost as bad. One of the best shotguns I ever used in a video game was actually the Crisis shotgun, which actually has a tight choke mode. And is very accurate at quite a distance. I really enjoyed that shotgun. It's not the best sound in the world, though. That's one thing I'll say about Crysis, is that beautiful game visually. This does not really win. Oh, that's right. There's an invulnerability fit up here. Oh yeah, an observe pack over there. Anyway, beautiful game. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't played it, and if you have a computer that can run it, I would definitely recommend it. The writing isn't even too bad, really. Voice acting is passable. It's the sound design is not great. I was never impressed with the sound, which sound is a big deal to me. I'm very audio focused. I'm actually a kinesthetic learner, but I'm an audio, very audio-focused person. I don't know what you call that, but like sound or music, right, is one of the most important things to me in a game. That's why I love Streets of Rage and ToeJam and Earl and all that so much. And it's actually one of the reasons that I like the Genesis or Mega Drive to this day more than the Super NES or Super Famicom, because the Super Famicom used kind of a wavetable music system, and it sounded very good at certain types of music. Like a lot of your Final Fantasy music and Zelda music sounds amazing, but like any kind of metal or rock on that sound chip just sounded horrible. I mean, with almost no exception, there was a few games that did it pretty well. F-Zero comes to mind. There's a few others, but I actually dodged into that attack. It's pretty smooth though. But yeah, for the most part, the Super NES music I really didn't care for. My friend Sleeves is actually going to LP Cybernator pretty soon, I think. And Cybernator, also known as Assault Suits Vulcan, I think it's actually based on an anime, although I'm not sure about that. Very, 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 very cool game. But I mean, really one of the best. I mean, it's got you can leave decals or marks on the terrain. It actually drops shell casings when you fire. There's melee attacks. I mean, there's different types of guns. There's even hidden guns you can unlock. It's a great game if you haven't played it. Super NES, Cybernator, try it out. But the flaw it has is that the music is just completely terrible. I mean, just horrible. And I couldn't really get into it for a long time because of that. It took me a long time to really, of watching my friend Brandon play it years and years ago when it came out. That was when it came out, just about. Watching him play it, and I was like, wow, this game is awesome. But, you know, at first, it took a long time to grow on me. And there were a lot of Super NES games that were that way that I enjoyed, but it was like, you know, this would be great, but the music is just boring. I don't know if that's weirdly obsessive of me or what, but always been that way. If a game's music doesn't interest me, I'm not going to play it. Alicia Dragoon was one of my favorite games, stylistically, certainly visually, on the Genesis. But it doesn't really, the music in it is not great, and so I never played it a lot the way I played other games. Star Control 2, actually, Star Control 2, which is completely free now. You can play for free. It's called the Urquan Masters. It's UR-QUAN. Masters, obviously. You should go check it out. But anyway, Star Control 2 had some of the best music, and I really enjoyed that too. This level here, this area here, reminds me a lot of one of the levels in the earlier Doom alphas that you can find on the web. In fact, particularly this room here, I think actually is from one of the Doom alphas. Which of those are really interesting to look at. Particularly, one of the old Doom alpha releases has a really cool HUD. And I always wanted that HUD in the later Doom releases. Never got it though. I don't remember if there's a point to this or not. One of these, I think, wins something. I didn't hear anything. Is it this one? I don't know. Anyway. Okay. I guess we'll leave. And there we go. The spawning bats. Again, I'm going to cut this here because for time. But I'm going to keep playing, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.